Okay, let's cut the fluff. Your bank account? Yeah, it's probably screaming for help. And what do? You keep buying self-help books instead of actually fixing things. Most financial advice out there, let's be honest, sounds like it was written by someone who's never had that cold sweat moment right before payday. Not fun. But this is different. I'm about to share 8 money habits that actually work, the ones that separate people who retire at 45 from people who, well, retire never. So buckle up, my friend. Your wallet is about to get a serious reality check. Number 8. The Wealth Thermostat. And yeah, this one's a little uncomfortable. Here's a scary truth most people never hear. You have an invisible money ceiling in your head, and chances are you didn't choose it. You probably picked it up when you were a kid, watching your parents stress about bills, hearing money arguments, feeling that tension. That stuff sticks. Think of it like a thermostat, but for your money. Whenever you start earning more, your brain quietly panics. So what happens? You spend more. You mess up. You drift back to that familiar place. Just enough money, but still stressed. Your brain likes what feels normal, even if normal is low-level anxiety. Too cold? The heater turns on. Too hot? The AC kicks in. Too much money? Suddenly you're buying stuff you don't even need. So how do you fix it? You change how you see yourself. Not your budget first, your identity. You have to start thinking and saying, I'm someone who builds wealth. Say it every morning. Yeah, it feels awkward. Do it anyway. Because the brain rewires itself through repetition. What you repeat, you become. And please, stop saying, I'm just not a money person. That's not a personality trait. That's an excuse your brain uses to stay comfortable. Your money thermostat was set by accident. Now, you reset it on purpose. Number 7. Subscription vampires. Yeah, they're quietly sucking the life out of your bank account right now. 12 streaming services you barely watch. A gym membership you haven't touched since, well, Obama was president. That meditation app that's supposed to relax you but just stresses you out every time you see the charge on your credit card. This is called subscription creep. Death by 1,000 tiny charges. $7 here, $12 there. Harmless, right? Except it adds up fast. The average American loses over $200 a month on forgotten subscriptions. That's $2,400 a year. Think about that. That's a vacation, an emergency fund, freedom, just gone for apps you forgot even existed. Why don't we notice it? Because the brain ignores tiny recurring payments. It's called the pain of paying threshold. Small charges don't trigger the part of your brain that feels financial pain. They just slip by, quietly bleeding your money. Here's the move. Cancel everything. Yes, all of it. Then only resubscribe to the stuff you actually miss after 30 days. Spoiler, most of it, you won't even remember it existed. You're not just cutting costs, you're performing financial surgery on invisible tumors. Number 6. The silent flex. Here's the thing. Broke people love to look rich. Rich people, they don't care if they look broke. This isn't some cheesy motivational poster nonsense. It's called stealth wealth. And honestly, it's the ultimate financial power move. When you buy flashy stuff to show off, luxury bags, expensive watches, you're doing what economists call conspicuous consumption. Basically, you're paying extra money just to tell strangers you've got money. And guess what? They don't care. That's not confidence. That's insecurity with a receipt. The wealthy, they know real status comes from options, not from showing off the choices you've already made. They drive modest cars, not to be humble, but because they'd rather own the dealership than impress the valet. And there's a brain side to this too. Flashing wealth feels good for a moment, but it puts you on a hedonic treadmill. You'll always need something bigger, flashier, newer, just to feel the same rush. The real flex? Not a Rolex on your wrist. It's the complete absence of financial stress in your eyes. That's what compounds over time. Stop buying things to prove you made it. Just actually make it. Number 5.
The future self negotiation. Right now, there's a version of you 10 years from today. That person, they're either going to be thanking you or cursing your name while slurping ramen in a tiny studio apartment, wondering what went wrong. The problem, $100 today feels way better than $200 in 5 years, even though mathematically, that's just dumb. Here's a cool fact. Stanford researchers found that when people saw aged photos of themselves, they saved more money. Why? Because suddenly, your future self stops being some abstract stranger and feels real. So here's the hack. Before any big purchase, literally ask yourself, would 65-year-old me approve of this? Imagine that future version of you, gray hair, hopefully wise, staring at your bank statement. It makes your brain act differently. It wakes up the prefrontal cortex, the planning center, and quiets the toddler in your brain that just wants candy now. You're not just saving money, you're paying your future self a salary just for existing.
And that's just 4 of the habits. I've got a few more that can seriously change the way you handle money. So stick around, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe, because the next one, it might just blow your mind.